a work assignment, and so you should have a piece of paper right now. You would actually have your class notebooks, but I don't have class notebooks for you. Okay, so you're just going to do a free write. I don't think that we'll use the whole 3 minutes because you guys are super smart and I know you're going to have lots and lots of ideas about this. But when you start to kind of run out of ideas, you can just look at me. But we have 2 minutes or so to write about this. And there's some ideas for you on the board as well. So where's your paper? You need a dictionary or a translation dictionary. You can use the ones that are in the back of the classroom. There's also an idea at the bottom if you finish early, because we'll be talking about that too. Okay, you've had about 2 minutes. Thumbs up if you feel like you'd be ready to share with a partner. All right, awesome, guys. Okay, so go ahead and turn to your shoulder partner. And I want you guys to discuss kind of the things that you're thinking about, see if you guys came up with some similar definitions. And then I might be asking a few of you to share as well. So think about what you might want to say to the class.
I said justification for
Defend it or to stick up for it.
Yeah, I've heard it a lot in reference to political decisions or research, like justification for
Okay. I don't know if mine's the best answer, but I said the word justification means putting something in its right place or bringing something what it deserves. And I said that justice reminds me of like a lot of people have
About 15 more seconds when you're finished. Look up here. Okay, great. I'm going to have a couple of you guys share with the class. I'm going to pick from our names over here. I swear it's random. I have no idea who's on here. If you're not comfortable, you can say so, though. Jill, would you like to tell us part of your definition or some of your examples about justification?
Well, I used it in a sentence, and my sentence was that sometimes I'm afraid teachers won't understand my answers, so I feel that I have to justify them.
Ooh, justifying answers, like in an assignment or a test, maybe? Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, Zach?
Oh, my sentence was, when I was arguing with my sister about taking her to go see Interstellar, I justified my argument by telling her that Matthew McConaughey was in it.
Ooh.
And it didn't make sense.
Interesting. So it seems like kind of there's conflict involved with both of these. So Jill, you have some conflict with your teacher maybe when you're not sure if they understand you. And Zach, you might have some conflict with your sister if you don't want to see the same movies. Anyone else want to share? Yes, Colleen.
I gave an example of, I
I shouldn't have homework this weekend because I have a softball tournament and we're going to be playing all day on Saturday and Sunday, and my softball tournament is my justification for not having homework.
All right, so you gave us a justification. Who feels like that's a good justification for not doing homework? You can raise your hand. All right, okay. So as you may have guessed, that's a word that we're going to be thinking about today, particularly as we look at our learning targets. Let's see. Can you see those? Okay, so I'll read them out loud to you first and we'll read them together. So our first learning target today, our most important one, students will be able to describe in their own words the justifications for entering World War II given by President Franklin Delano Roosevelt in his 19th Fireside Chat. Our second one is that students will be able to analyze the structure of Roosevelt's broadcast and decide whether America's entry into World War II was justified. Okay, so the first one, read together, please. Students will be able to describe in their own words the justifications for entering World War II given by President Franklin Delano Roosevelt in his 19th Fireside Chat. Second one. Students will be able to analyze the structure of Roosevelt's broadcast and decide whether America's entry into World War II was justified. Take a minute now to write this down into your notebooks, please, and then also write your own definition. The next thing that we need to do, like we do every day, you should know this, is I want you to make a circle around our action verbs. Okay, so the things that we're going to be doing during our lesson. And I want you to underline any other words that are going to help you understand what you want to do. Justification's probably going to be one of them. just a hint. You guys think that. So just about a minute or so to think quietly to yourself, write down the learning target. Circle our action verbs, underline any other important information in the learning target. Okay, go ahead and share with your partners, see if you have the same ideas.
I circled, describe justifications, analyze structure. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, and then decide. You circle decide. We have to do that one too.
I did not.
You can look up at me when you're all done. I'll also know because it gets quiet when you're all done. Okay, I think we're mostly done. So, Sue, would you like to come and you are going to circle the verb in the first learning target. Are you comfortable doing that with us?
Yes.
You can move this if you need to see it and I'll move it right back. Awesome, that look good to you guys? Thumbs up, thumbs down? Sweet, good job, Sue, thank you. Okay, so, Maeve, would you like to come and underline any other, it's random, I'm telling you, underline any other words you think are going to be important?
Sure. All of them?
Just the ones you think are most important, and maybe you can tell us a little bit about them too.
Okay, so justifications, because you told us that. And it's in the learning target, so it's important. World War II. Oh, sorry.
But World War II is here too.
Okay.
Okay, so we know the time period. All right, awesome. Anything else?
I'll just leave it at that.
Cool. All right.
Add to it.
Awesome. I probably should have told you, and I meant to, that you know how this whole unit we've been talking about World War II, and we've already talked a little bit about how Europe and Asia have entered into this war. Yesterday we talked about the attack on Pearl Harbor, which is why today we're discussing the entry of the U.S. into World War II. What about, anyone think this is important in your own words? Yeah, Colleen?
I do. Yeah, what do you think it means to describe something in your own words?
I have to say it how I would say it and not how it's written in whatever we read or hear.
Why is that important? Why do I want to hear what you have to say?
I'm in school and that's what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah, Brianna?
Because it shows that you're able to understand the things that you've read, and it kind of gives us a voice, you know.
Awesome. That's totally right. I want to make sure that you understand, and I know you understand if you can say it yourself. Okie dokie. So Colleen, would you like to come up and show us the verb or verbs in the second learning target?
Okie dokie. Do you want one or two?
Is there one or two?
Two. Analyze and decide.
Okay, two very important things. We may or may not get this one today, okay, but analyze, so we're breaking it apart. We want to pick apart his argument. I want you to read against this today, which means you don't necessarily agree with him. And then decide. You get to make the decision, the ultimate choice about whether we think this is right or not. Let's see. Antia, would you like to underline any other important words that you see in this learning target?
Sure.
Yeah, that's exactly why I randomly called it.
I like the word structure. I think it's important.
And what does structure mean to you?
So organization, maybe,
Okay, so structure might mean organization.
or the way something's put together.
So you probably talked about this.
Yeah.
All right.
Should I really more than one?
If you feel like that's the most important thing, that's enough.
Okay. You also said justify was important. So.
Yeah, because we're talking about justification and justify. All right, thank you very much, guys. So a little bit of background information before we look at the text. This is good old FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. He was the longest serving president in the United States. He served 4 terms. Well, parts of them. He was elected for 4 terms is a better way to put it. He was also the first president in the United States to use informal radio broadcasts to reach the American people, which is why they're called fireside chats. Who do you chat with usually? Do you usually chat with the president? What do you think about that, Anna? Do you usually chat with the president? Who do you chat with?
I liked my partner's definition of chat. She said it was just short talks about light topics.
That's cool. Okay, I like that. Short talks, light topics. All right, Lexi, who do you chat with?
Your neighbor, just someone that's close by you. It's more personal and intimate.
All right, personal, intimate. Okay, I like those definitions. So when you are listening and reading along with this broadcast that I'm going to present to you, I want you to think about sort of whether that matches your definition of chat. But of course, our main goal is that we're going to be looking for those justifications, those main points as we're going through. And the next time we go through, we'll also be looking at the structure. So first time I play this for you, I want you just to listen and get some initial impressions. Second time you'll read through without the audio, okay, and you will try and find the main points. And the third time we'll go into structure if we have time.